2018, I'm doing some more work on the property with some other guys, and a lady comes up the driveway and she says, I want this land back. She engaged me, got hold of my upper arms, and she started gouging her fingernails into my upper arms, and, there was blood all down my arms and everything. We got all the footage on 1080 HD camera plus perfect sound, gave it to the police. The police said, oh man, we've nailed her. She can't get out of this. And they charged her with assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. It went to court. Footage was showed in front of the whole gallery, and people were gasping, saying, this is awful. Blood everywhere and all sorts. And the judge says, I'm just going to let you off. And people just walked out and said, we're disgusted.
So why?
Because judges were being appointed by the Labor government to bring the crime stats down for Maori. So they were told to let Maori off crime.
I don't want to be overly dramatic, but is this where the nation could hit?
Well, I'll tell you what else happened. Just listen to this. 2022, nobody in the community comes and talks to us or sees us. They walk through my land. I pay the rates every year. They walk over my land to get to their cemetery, and they've never said thank you. I pay the rates. It's an entitlement attitude they have. So anyway, then last year, we're doing some more work on the property. A lady comes up and she says, I want to have a chat to you. We never see them. And then she comes up and she says, I want to have a chat to you. Can I come around tomorrow morning? And I said, yeah, what time? We always kept the doors open. Try to be friendly. And she arrived. We had some small talk, and I recorded the whole thing on my cell phone. We sit down on the front deck at my property. We have some small talk, and she says, let me cut to the chase. If you don't give us your land, we're going to burn your house down. And I said, oh, really? She didn't realize that this was all being recorded. And I said, why would I give you my land? Because we want it. And I said, you can't have it. I paid for it. It's freehold land. I worked very hard for this land. It doesn't belong to you. She said it belongs to our ancestors. I said, no, it doesn't roll like that. You're in New Zealand. This is 2023. This is not 1840 on a tribal rate. If you want land, you have to pay for it. She said, no, we're not paying for it. I say it again. If you don't give us your land, we're going to burn your house down. So the conversation went on for about 40 minutes. And I said to her, did you come on behalf of the whole community? Is this just you? She said, no, this is the whole community. I'm their representative. Oh, that's interesting. So that footage went off to the police, went from one inspector to another. Police came back. They said, I'm sorry, Mr. Batchelor, we can't charge her, because she didn't say, I am going to burn the house down. She said, we are.
Oh, right.
The last thing that happened was last year, I got a letter from Heritage New Zealand out of the blue. Heritage New Zealand is a government department that's run by Maori. And the letter said, dear Mr. Batchelor, your land has just been reclassified as Waihi Tapu, sacred Maori land. In other words, Mr. Batchelor, you pay the rates, but we've got control of your land. And I went, like hell. And so I started corresponding with Heritage New Zealand. Maori have reclassified my land. I said, how do you justify this? And they said some bodies were dragged across the property in 1775. And I said, you need to prove this. Absolute silence. And some foolish person inside Heritage New Zealand sent me an email with correspondence between them and the locals. And they were basically saying, high five, we got the land. Should we come up and have a feed in the marae, celebrate? And when that happened, I went, right. I had a pencil in my hand. I snapped it in two and I said, I'm mobilizing. That's enough. 14 years of living in tribal rule. It's absolute hell. And if this is what's coming to New Zealand, I need to go and warn people.
Well, it sounds like it's already arrived, Julian.
It's serious. And suddenly everything becomes very clear to me. Road sign changes from English to Maori, and the indoctrination of kids in schools and universities and primary schools and everywhere. The Maorification of legal documents, the Maorification of the real estate agents now. This is a coup. This is a tribal raid.